Okay, so now that you've done those other workouts for a little bit and you're starting to ramp things up, we're gonna take things out of the chair for the most part and then to the floor. So again, we're looking for joint range of motion and just movement, especially through the spine, because that's where the nerves are coming out of. And you're looking to get some lotion into the joints. So I'm gonna show you one of my favorite exercises. This is a hip bridge. And if you are, just watch. I'm like, if you are, how do I explain this? If you have a lot of stiffness in your low back, doing something like this, you might not be super excited about it. That's okay, that's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Do not have your feet too close to your bum. You wanna get your feet out here a little bit and then just push through your heels and then raise your hips up, okay? So we're gonna start there first. We're gonna gradually ramp this up, all right? And focus on your back line engaging. So you're gonna push through your heels. You can see my toes are up, but it's just to illustrate that you want the weight of your body, of your legs into the heels, not the ball of the foot. So you're gonna come up, and then what I'm gonna have you do is just undulate the hips a little bit. So you're just swimming. There's no real pattern here. We're getting motion back into these guys, okay? Now I know if you have pain or sciatica or inflamed SI joints, things like that, you can, it can hurt a little bit, but like I said, we're not avoiding pain for the sake of avoiding pain, okay? Just nod to the pain, like, yes, I feel you, I get it, it's just information, but you're gonna have to go through it to rebuild your body. And if your body never feels something, it doesn't know what to help heal. I hope that makes sense. So let's just push through the heels, bring the hips up. See if you can do it a little higher. You're never trying to lift more than the bottom part of your shoulder blades. So you decide how far up you can go, but challenge yourself, because this is really good to open these up, and we tend to sit a lot in our day, and so opening the hip flexors is really great. So let's do a couple more. Okay. Now, if you were able to do hip bridges, like if you know that you can do these, just go up and down at a little bit of a faster pace. Keep squeezing your glutes as you raise the hips up. All right, so that's a typical hip bridge. Okay, but if you're a beginner, or if you're working yourself out of post-viral fatigue or fibromyalgia, just start with these movements, because you're going to be opening up a lot of great areas like QL, hip flexors, working the obliques, getting your back line strong again. So that's going to feel good. Another thing that you can do while you're here on the floor is lift your arms up and then just have your arms going backwards. So again, this is range of motion. You're not trying to force anything to happen, okay? You're going to go where you can go. If your thumbs make it to the floor, awesome. If not, don't worry about it. This is just where you can go today, and then next time you'll do something different. All right, so you've been working on the plank in the chair. Let's take the plank to the floor and see what it looks like with that. So if you are using your elbows, you're going to be working on your core. If you're using straight arms for the plank, you're going to be working on your shoulders and core. So you can decide where you're at, okay? And we're going to work on getting into a plank. Now here's how I like to do it. I get down on my elbows and I have one leg straight, and then I'm going to work the other leg, and I'm just going to hold it here. Wherever you can hold it is good. Sometimes I'll have clients that I don't want to say that they're weak, but their bodies are just coming back online from something really hard, and I will have them do like plank just to hit the position for a 5-second count, but we'll do that 3 or 4 times, and they'll be able to rest in between each time, and that is building them back up. So let's try that again. Okay, get into the plank, have a few seconds, and then you can bend your knees and just rest, and then get into the plank. Again, we're waiting for a few seconds, and bend your knees and rest. So You can try that with both your elbow plank and then the straight arm plank, and then try this. When you can, when you feel strong and you're getting like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, just play with it a little and come up on either side. So this is a transition plank, and full range of motion, we do this in our studio. So full range of motion looks like that, but when you're new, you're just playing with it, okay? Exercise should be like recess. That's how we should think of it. What is possible? What can your body do? The whole time you want to engage your core. Try a couple more. Good. Not too many. Especially when you're doing a new exercise, you just try a few of them and then give your body the day to register all that information. Anytime you do a full set and it's your first time back into doing something, you don't know if you've overdone it until the next day. And then you don't feel very good and you have to like heal from it, and it's just not worth it. So baby steps while you're getting back in, okay? Come on up. We're gonna try another one. I love this exercise. Your feet are pretty far apart outside of hip width, toes are forward. And then what I'm gonna have you do, if this is your first time, is just bend and stand back up. Just bend and stand back up, okay? So from the side, it's going to look like this. Notice I'm not here. That's really important. I'm bringing my hip back, and I'm not going outside of my ankle. I'm lining up with my ankle. So another one from the side is going to be here. Okay, and then I'll show you what it looks like when you're doing it full on. You're going to come down, stand back up, squeeze the glutes, go down, stand back up, squeeze the glutes. Now, this is helping you load one leg while you're stretching the adductor on the other leg. And you're not working endurance, right? So you don't have to worry about muscle fatigue or, burning out your strength or anything like that, because you're just hitting it and you're going right back out of it. A lot of times with autoimmune issues, people can tend to overstretch, and it looks fine and everybody else in the yoga class is doing it, but I have always found that those short stretches and coming right back out serve your body way better. All right, so let's do our good mornings, because those are awesome. Pull the hips back, stand up, squeeze the glutes, pull the hips back, stand up, squeeze. Good. These are very good for you. Working on that hip hinge, engaging the back line, stretching out hamstring. You're doing good. And again, it's just finding that short stretch. You're not holding anything, because that's where we can get into trouble, and especially if you have a lot of inflammation in your body. You're just pumping, and it feels good. All right, now let's work on an in-place lunge. So a great way to do this is stand, draw your foot straight back, and then you're gonna bend this back leg, stand up. Bend the back leg, stand up. Before, I had you doing like leaning and then working the foot. So if you've been doing those, this will be a lot easier. Ooh, if I can balance. So it's just an in-place lunge. Do not come forward on this lead leg and try to lunge here. That's not the point. Your back is sliding down a wall and come right back up. Now, let's switch and we'll do a few on the other side. So just some reminders. You want to stay hydrated. Take your body weight, divide by 2. That's how many ounces minimum you should be getting a day. And frequency is your friend. You just want to hit a few of these exercises a day. I make them short for you to like work them in throughout the day, because it makes a difference. Okay, all right. Thank you for joining me. We're calling that level, which level are we on? 2. So that's level 2 because you're not using the chair as a prop, and it is a lot more body weight conditioning through ranges of motion, movement, and you're working on some powerful stretches and then working on your endurance, but just in baby bites. I will see you here next time.